Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. We've got a brand new story to share with you today, so let's dive right in. We didn't rush into marriage like a lot of our friends. Sarah and I were both 25 when we tied the knot. 15 years, I thought we were solid. I was a blue-collar guy, putting in the long hours, bringing home a decent paycheck. She was the picture of a stay-at-home wife, happy. That's what I believed. 15 years I lived in that bubble. Man, was I wrong. Not only had my wife stopped loving me, she'd grown to despise me years ago. Contempt, that's what it was, and maybe still is. The tables have turned, though. Now I'm the one in control. Looking back, maybe I had it coming. I took her love for granted, took way too much for granted. Years of pure hell to process it all, but I made it through. Thanks to a woman, still to this day, way out of my league. Every single detail is burned into my memory. My name is Ethan Cole. For almost 20 years, counting the 4 before we said I do, Sarah was my whole world. That marriage, that life, the heart I gave her, all died 3 years ago today. Our anniversary, the good news, my heart, my life, they were resurrected. Thanks to an incredible woman who helped me heal. The past is gone, where it belongs, discarded. But there's a story behind it. The job came down on my anniversary. Richard Sterling, the owner's son, my boss, told me it had to be me, personally. Said he didn't trust anyone else to handle it right. First, I felt good, you know. He had faith in me. Then it hit me. This task. Now, collect mileage and expense data for every company vehicle, past year. Receipts, all documented, on file. Jessica in accounting could knock it out in 15 minutes. So I went to her. She raised an eyebrow. Ethan? Gas, tires, oil changes. I can pull that up in no time. Jessica, you're a lifesaver. I'll hang here while you verify it. Job's assigned to me after all. She gave me this look. You're weird. By 9:30 a.m., done. Way faster than I expected. Jessica, I owe you a steak dinner for this. I'll hold you to that, she said with a smirk. I kissed the top of her head. She playfully snarled at me, handed the keys to David, my backup, and left. Our place was a half-hour drive from the Brooklyn warehouse. Already picturing the afternoon evening with Sarah. Early finish. Planned to take her shopping. Anniversary dinner. Perfect day, right? Then I saw the car in the driveway. Not just any car. Richard Sterling's car. 10:30 in the morning. Sick feeling, coiled in my gut. Drove past, parked around the corner, walked home. If what I suspected was real, I didn't know how I'd handle it. Slipped through the side gate, crept into the backyard, hugged the wall. Had to catch them off guard. Closer, I could see through the sliding glass doors, Sarah kneeling on the couch. He was behind her. Heart pounded, stomach twisted, couldn't look away. Even from outside could tell, bigger than me. Taller, heavier, stronger. Made it worse. Then, like she sensed me, she turned her head. Eyes met mine. Surprise covered her mouth. Then, wrinkled brow, sympathy for me. whispered something to him. He turned, saw me. Brief shock, then shrugged, spread his hands, smug "you caught me" gesture, then smiled. I turned, walked away. Not a word, but everything said. Ended up at the Iron Worker, bar where working stiffs drown their sorrows. Tony, the bartender, one look, poured a drink. "So, what are you gonna do?" he asked. "Don't know," rubbed my face. "Need to get my stuff, but I'd rather skip the, scene. Guess there's no way around it." Before Tony could answer, tall, fit woman walked up. "Fill it up, Tony," she said. Turned to me. "Trouble, huh?" Tony shot her a look. "Give him a break, Chloe." She studied me, sizing me up. Whatever she saw, didn't share. Just nodded, walked back to her table. Soldier-type guy waiting there. "Chloe Miller," Tony said. "Good woman. Didn't mean anything by it." I nodded. Not in the mood for introductions. Tony leaned in. "Suggestion?" "Yeah, sure. Go back at 2 a.m. She'll be wiped. He won't be there. Unless he's moved in already." Considered that. "Yeah. Damn good idea." Tony smirked. "Must be some kind of genius." 2 a.m. Pulled up to the house. Lights off. His car gone. Killed headlights before pulling in. Catcher asleep. Disappointed. Inside, moved through the dark hallway of our single-story ranch. No lights. Not afraid of the dark. Sarah should be. "It was only sex, Ethan, not love. You don't have to worry about that." Voice from the dark startled me. She turned on a little lamp by the couch. Same couch where she'd been screwing him earlier. Now, sitting there, looking at me like I should just get it. Stared at her, silent. Turned, walked down the hall to what was once our bedroom. Pulled 2 suitcases from the walk-in, started filling them. 2 minutes, she appeared in the doorway. "What? Nothing to say to me?" she asked. Stopped packing, looked at her. Long sigh. "I love you, Sarah, but not enough to share you." Said, "Oh, and happy anniversary. Yesterday, I mean." She winced. Clear she'd forgotten. Little detail stung more than it should have. "Ethan, it was just sex. Can't you process that?" she said. "And I'm sorry about our anniversary. God, how sorry I am about that. Jesus, what a mess. How could I forget our anniversary?" Kept packing. Stopped again. "Good question, Sarah. Supposed to be the man who forgets those things, isn't it? Guess we got our roles mixed up somewhere." Zipped the suitcase. "Whatever. Guess you won't have to worry about remembering stuff like that anymore after today, since I've clearly lost both my wife and my job." Bitter chuckle. "Lucky thing we don't have kids. You haven't lost your marriage or your job," she said quickly. "I talked to him after you left. He understands how you must feel. Told me to tell you everything's the same. No need to go overboard. Nothing has to change." "Nothing?" I asked. "He thinks you do a great job for the company. He doesn't want to lose you." "Well, he has anyway," I said. "Sarah, it occurs to me, you haven't said the 2 things that might have made me stay." "Might have," met her gaze. "Sarah, everything has changed, huh?" she asked, tilting her head. "You haven't said you're sorry for making a cuckold of me, And you haven't said you love me. I've said those words to you, but you haven't said them to me." She smirked. "Of course I love you, silly. And I am very sorry you saw that today. I mean, you didn't need that. I know it. I'm very sorry." "What about him, Sarah?" Voice sharp. "You going to keep seeing him? Keep screwing him and his, what was it you called it, big tool?" She looked down. "Ethan, let's talk about this in the morning, okay? Just put those suitcases down. Let's go to bed. I will make it right by you in the morning, okay?" You didn't answer me. Sighed, rubbing her temples. "Ethan, yes. I'm going to keep seeing him. But it doesn't have to break us up. I love you, not him. And he knows it. You have been my rock for all these years. I need you. I want you. He's just a diversion. Nothing more." Now it was my turn to smirk. "So, your plan is to make me fully aware of this instead of keeping me in the dark? You expect me to just accept it, walk away quietly? That about right?" "Ethan, you're seeing this all wrong. No one is going to think less of you. No one will even know about this except us. And of course, you're not just going to go off and sulk. Why would you even say that?" "No one but him and you. You'll both know exactly what this makes me. You'll both be looking down on me. He definitely will, and it won't be long before others find out and do the same. No, Sarah, I won't be part of something that leaves me feeling humiliated and disrespected." Grabbed my suitcases, walked out of the bedroom, out of the house, out into the night. She didn't follow me to the door, didn't call after me, didn't cry. Nothing a wife of 15 years facing divorce might do. Found that telling. Tears came as I drove. The Midtown Inn would be my address for the next few days. Room was small, stank of cheap air freshener, masking years of smoke and sweat. Likely home to thumb-sized life forms. But it was cheap. Cheap would be good, at least for now. 10:00 a.m., watched him leave the parking lot. 2 minutes later, walked into the warehouse office. "Hey, Jessica," I said to the accountant. "I'm quitting. Need to process the paperwork fast. Can you help me out?" She blinked. "Ethan? Richard said you might be in." "What's going on?" "I caught him screwing Sarah, Jessica. I can't work with him anymore. That enough?" Voice cracked. "I really don't want to talk about it. Kind of hurts." Her face softened. "Oh, Ethan, I'm so sorry. Happened to me too, you know. 2 years ago, caught Mark screwing our neighbor. Told her husband he dumped her. I handled Mark the same way. Husband and I even used the same lawyer." I nodded. She got to work. Within an hour, final paycheck, vacation pay, severance, last 3 days' wages. 8 grand. Enough for a start. But I'd need a job soon. Pulled out of the lot Richard was pulling in. Stopped, rolled down his window. Said something I couldn't hear at first. Paused, flipped him off. About to leave when curiosity got the better of me. "Ethan, I'm sorry about yesterday. I'm willing to negotiate all of this if you'll just come inside and talk. Just 2 guys talking." My look must have been answer enough. "Okay," he said. "If that's the way it is." Drove away, wondering what the hell he meant by negotiate. Rest of the day, blur of closing bank accounts, canceling credit cards, self-defense measures cuckolded husbands needed to take. I'd give Sarah the house, but no alimony. Hell, I didn't even have a job anymore. Richard Sterling was married. Wondered if his wife suspected his philandering. Maybe that's what he wanted to negotiate. Me keeping my mouth shut. More, I thought. More I was inclined to call Mrs. Sterling. Made the call. Think she fainted. When she came back on the line, thanked me in a choked-up voice, promised to let me know what she decided. Sarah and I had things to settle. Told her I'd call in a few days. But why wait? Get it over with now. Noon arrived at what had been my home. Knew she'd probably be there. She was. He wasn't. Kitchen. "Hello," I said. Stood in the doorway. "Ethan!" She looked frightened. "What?" I said, "What?" "You didn't call," she said, looking furtively around. "Needed to call?" I asked. "Well, no, but—" Ringing doorbell interrupted. "Ethan, it's Richard. I was expecting him." She looked sad. "Oh," I said. "Guess I better get out of here then. Wouldn't want to come between you and your big tool." "Ethan, I'm so sorry." Knew she actually was, maybe even embarrassed. Went to the door. I stayed in the kitchen. He wasn't going to make me slink out my own back door. Waited for him to come in, face me. Mistake. Heard them talking. His voice raised. "What? The a-holes in the kitchen?" Decided to face him down in the front room. Pretty sure I knew what he was upset about. Few feet apart when he snarled, "Scum sucker! You couldn't wait to tell my wife, could you?" I'd been right. Figured it was only fair, Richard. You talked to my wife, so I talked to yours. Seems fair to me. That was the start of everything falling apart for me again. First punch, winded. From there, felt like every part of my body targeted. Bloody mess. Everything hurt. Certain I had broken ribs. Maybe punctured lung. Barely breathe. Crawled toward the front door. Sarah screaming at him to stop. He finally did. Well, stopped hitting me anyway. Sank to the floor. Couldn't go further. About to pass out from pain. Felt something. Looked up. Sarah trying to revive me. No. Richard. Humiliating me. Sarah still screaming at him to stop what he was doing. Don't know how, but made it out to my car. Got in. Keyed ignition. Out of there. Fast. Thought I saw Mr. Henderson, neighbor across the street. Not sure. Drove to the hospital. Literally poured myself out of the car. Woke up in the predictably little green room. Chest taped tight. Eye patch over one eye. Splint on right arm. Pretty screwed up. But looking on the bright side, not dead. Somebody cleaned me up. Went out again. Sedated. Woke up after 9 p.m. Clock on the wall. Thirsty. Very thirsty. Call button hanging from bed bars. Pushed it. White-clad nurse came in, sympathetically. "How are you, sir?" she asked. "Just peachy," I said. "But dying of thirst. Any chance?" She smiled, left. Back in a minute. "Here you are," she said. gulped it down. Sir, your wife is here, asleep in the waiting room. Under no circumstances is she to be allowed near me. It was her boyfriend who put me in here, I said. I know. He brought her here. Police arrested him on the spot hours ago. Didn't take a genius. Seems a neighbor saw you crawl into your car, called the police. I know because the cop who arrested him is my husband. Told me the whole story. As far as he knew it, your wife said you took a knife, attacked the guy, started the fight. Really? Said Nurse Emily. Name tag, large enough for my good eye to read. No, I said, because I told his wife about him and my wife. Figured it might be something like that, said Emily. Had a thought. Nurse, I've changed my mind. If she's alone, I do want to speak with her, I said. Really, sir? Are you sure? She asked. Yes, but I will keep hold of this buzzer in case I need you, okay? Okay, I'll get her, she said. Sarah came to the door, peered in, saw me, looked down, thought I detected a small sob, couldn't be sure, came toward the bed. I'm so sorry, Ethan. I guess Richard just lost it. His wife kicked him out. That's why he went off on you like that. She's a real... Guess she couldn't bring herself to say it. Couldn't believe my ears. My personal, well, you know, and her personal, well, you know, cheat on the, well, you know, wife, and his wife's the, well, you know, contained myself. Why are you here, Sarah? I asked. You're my husband. Of course I'm going to be here for you. Well, thank you for that. You've been here all day? I asked. Of course. I wouldn't leave you alone while you're like this, she said. Knew she had something else to say. Holding back. Right moment. Could smell it. Talked for a while. How I was feeling and such. Then she got to it. You know, your insurance was canceled when you quit, but I made Richard reinstate you as a full-time employee. So you would be covered while you're here, she said. Looked proud of herself. Okay. Knew what was coming next. Ethan, do you think you could bring yourself... I know you're a kind-hearted person. She stopped, afraid to go on. I waited. As bad as I was feeling physically, feeling real good in other ways, at that moment. Do you think you could not press charges against Richard? He is so sorry for doing this to you. He would like to make it up to you. And he promises, and I promise to not hurt you ever again, she said. Dumbfounded. Couldn't get my thoughts together. Moments. Sarah, he humiliated me. Did you see that? He humiliated me. Never mind, I said. He damn near killed me. And then he humiliated me in front of you. Like no one ever humiliated a husband before. What did you think about that, Sarah? Did you enjoy seeing me like that? God, no, Ethan. God, no. It was awful. I felt awful for you. I really did, she said. And yet you still went and talked to the a-hole, I said. Sarah's voice, desperate edge, really wanted to save the bastard. He's a good man, Ethan. He doesn't deserve to go to prison. Punish him, yes. But please don't send him to prison. Don't do that to him, Ethan. Eyes pleading now. I promise. Our affair is over. If you just show him a little mercy. Stared at her, letting the silence stretch. You're saying you'll end things with him if I don't press charges? I asked. Yes, she said quickly, relief already within reach. But if I do press charges, you'll keep seeing him? Her face twisted. Ethan, that's not what I mean at all. And what about us? Our sex life? Depressed? She exhaled, sensing opportunity. Posture shifted, confidence returning. When I said I'd make it up to you, that's exactly what I meant. Leaned forward. I'll make it up to you in spades. Now it was my turn to smile. Cold, knowing smile. No, Sarah, I said. No second chances for me. Her face faltered. I finally understand now. You don't love me, not anymore, and I have too much pride to be anyone's fool. Voice steady, resolute. If I decide not to press charges, it'll be for my own reasons, not because of you. But as for us, we're done. Now, leave. She hesitated. Lips parted. Protest? But then just nodded. Walked away. Sarah, I called after her. She stopped. Didn't turn. I loved you. Hell, part of me probably still does. Heavy breath escaped me. Goodbye, Sarah. She said nothing, just walked out the door. I pressed charges. Richard brought up on aggravated assault, but feared it. Sarah testified against me. Lied, claiming I'd attacked him with a knife. Judge, awfully friendly with the defense attorney, reduced charge to simple assault. Richard got 60 days. Judge didn't fully buy Richard needing to beat me senseless for self-defense, but shrugged it off as understandable reaction in the heat of the moment. Sarah spewed lies, stared at her with unfiltered hatred. Never met my eyes. Judge didn't even notice. Month later, served with divorce papers. Should have filed first, but wanted her or her boyfriend to foot the bill. Big mistake. Court session brief. Sarah asked for the house. Got it. Asked for alimony. Got it. Once I found another job. Wanted half my accrued vacation and sick leave. Got those too. Half my retirement. Denied. Small mercies. Leaving courthouse, she sneered. I just looked at her coldly. Richard out in a few days, no doubt gloating. How thoroughly Sarah had ruined me, financially wrecked. Wife of 15 years, betrayed me every way possible. Sickest part, still wanted her, still needed her, but wasn't sorry I pressed charges. Bastard stolen my life, my marriage, had to do something. She took half of what I had. Needed job fast, got lucky. Assistant position at a subsidiary of Fold Industries. Pay, 2/3 of what I used to make. Third of that, straight to Sarah. Irony. Fold checked references. Richard gave glowing recommendation. Didn't know if he wanted to ensure I could keep paying Sarah. Or Jessica, my one ally at Sterling, pulled strings. Either way, got me the job. Months, drowned in self-pity. Nights ending in tears. Vulnerable, angry, defeated. Remedy? Tony, my bartender, always knew what I needed. 7 months after the incident, divorce finalized. Free, but alone. Terrified. 2 weeks later, Jessica called. Sarah and Richard, married in Vegas. Big surprise. Couple days later, usual spot at the bar. Nursing not too dry martini, 2 Spanish olives. Familiar voice cut through self-loathing haze. Well, what do you know? It's Sad Sack himself, she teased, turned lazily toward her. Well, if it isn't body beautiful, she laughed. Glad to see you can still appreciate a fine female form. Might be hope for you yet. I smirked. Let me know when you decide. Expression turned serious. Tony told me about your divorce. Rough, but hey, happens. Life in the big city. I sighed, swirling my drink. Yeah, guess so. You want to drown in self-pity all night? Or you want to share a drink? I asked, surprising even myself. She gave me a long look, then slid onto the stool beside me. Bourbon? Neat, Tony. Always prepared. Set it down, no word. So, still lost and lonely? She asked. You could say that. Not something you get over quickly. No, I admitted. It's not. Sipped her drink, studied me. You're a good guy, Ethan. Don't be too hard on yourself. You need to move forward. Find someone who actually appreciates you. Someone who treats you right. I chuckled darkly. That's what I thought I had. She shrugged. Maybe next time you'll get it right. Glanced at her. Something clicked. She noticed. What? She asked. Took a breath. You want to go out sometime? With me? She raised an eyebrow. Me? Yeah, I said simply. I'm on the hunt for a star-quality woman. You. It. Figuring worst, she'd demur. Back off the pressure. Well, I saw it as pressure. But you're a man, she said. I looked at myself, confused. You're right. I never realized until now. What am I going to do? I'm just a man. She burst out laughing. You still haven't answered me, I said, turning serious. Okay, thanks for listening. This story isn't over yet, and things are about to get even more intense. Stay tuned for the next part to see what happens next.